Hey everybody, this is Ashley with Publish with Ashley, and I know I'm not live today on Wednesday, but I thought I would put out a video, just my normal noon Eastern on Wednesday, so if you guys are free that time, I'm usually live, but this is Thanksgiving week, so I thought I would just throw out a recorded video and give you my number one reason that people, or mistakes that low content publishers make. Okay, so number one, got it? There's only one. I tried to do a top three, but I decided it all kind of came down to one thing. It is a willingness or patience, if you will, to do the work, to learn and do the process. Okay, I know that sounds confusing, but here's what I mean. Okay, so the three things I see a lot of times, or the three most common questions people always ask on forums and everything is, okay, one of them is, oh, I have 100, 500, 2, 10, 20 books, whatever it is up, and I haven't sold anything. All right? There's a few problems with this. One, okay, first off, your first few things you create probably won't be that good. So your first 10, 20, 100 could be terrible. And don't feel bad. My beginning stuff was terrible too. It wasn't necessarily to market. It wasn't the right audience. It wasn't keyworded right. There were so many it wasn't. And I can't tell you what the magic number is, if it's 1 or 10 or 20. But there is a learning process, and that's what I mean. Like, people need to have, their number one mistake is they're not dedicated to this business. They treat it as this fun hobby that might make them rich or might make them money, and that's not what this is. That's not what I want to teach you or explain to you in my YouTube channel. This is something that you can just do for fun, and if you make money, great, that's cool. If that's your goal, have at it, do whatever you like. But if you actually want to make some money, you've got to treat this as a business. And you have to be able to willing to put in the work. And everyone asks, like, oh, well, can I just advertise this? Can I not advertise it? Can I do organic? Yes, you can do all those things, but all of them require some sort of sacrifice. If you're not willing to do maybe all the research, then maybe advertising, you have to put in some money to get your thing to sell. If you don't want to do any organic keyword research, then yeah, you can put in money and get things to sell. But yet again, there's still that research aspect of, would anyone even buy it? And I'm going to give you an example. So there's two things you can do that I think are terrible. One is you find this, the tools are great. Don't get me wrong. I love all the keyword research tools, but you find a trend, you jump on it, and you toss your stuff out there, and you wonder why things don't sell. And I'm going to give you a specific example. So one of my niches that I'm in, and I honestly think somebody they saw this trend of these books selling, and so they just jumped in there and threw stuff out there. Well, I can tell you, I looked through their stuff, and it is not what the buyer would want, okay? They don't understand the niche. It's very obvious to someone who understands the niche that they don't understand the niche. They don't understand what covers this type of audience wants, and they certainly don't understand the interior at all. And so they put, I think it was like 5 or 10 books out there, but it was a total waste of effort, because those 5, 10 books are not going to sell. And if they do sell, the customers will complain and be unhappy with what they purchased because they thought it was one thing and they got something completely different. So if you want to jump on a trend, make sure you do some research and understand it. Not a cursory, oh, I know the title that I should put or the keywords I should put. No, look at what covers and what interiors. And sometimes it is the interior that is selling. And if you don't understand why that interior is selling, and it's a little more complex than just blank lines, don't do it, because you're just going to frustrate yourself. If you're not willing to put in the effort and time, then don't do that. Now, I don't want anyone to say, oh, I have to do a ton of research and learn everything before I start. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying that you should start somewhere, but start somewhere small. Start somewhere from something you know and understand, and then that way you can build upon it. So let's say your thing is football. You're into football, right? And so you maybe know what football fans, like what statistics they like to track or that sort of thing, right? So you can make an interior that would make sense. Make something for yourself. And I know people in foreign countries have a hard time maybe getting their own books, but that doesn't mean you can't create something that if you could purchase it easily, that you would want. Think of the interior, think of the cover, think of the people who are around that who would like that sort of thing. Create something for yourself and that type of group. And then once you've done that, put it out there and see how well it does. But that's like a step to make the process work. But you're starting from a place of understanding. If you're just going to make some line journal notebooks and you're going to get a sloth and put a sloth on the cover, that's great. And that's actually a good place to start maybe if you don't know what you're doing. Just try a few covers out with some simple interiors and you step up. But like I said, if you're going to put in that much work, don't expect a lot of those to sell right away, okay? And they will sell more and you'll sell more as you get, as you learn, as you grow. So with each book or each like set of books, maybe you make 5, covers of a certain niche and the interiors are just blank lines. That's fine. But learn something from what you put out there. Don't just put 100 things out there and then get on a forum and expect everyone to say, okay, well, I have 100 books and I haven't sold any. Why haven't I sold? There's so many reasons why, but probably the answer is one of 2 things. You didn't do your key research very well. Your covers aren't that good or your interiors aren't that good because you're new, and that's fine and understandable. Don't stress about that. We were all there one time. Or you don't understand the niche, right? You made something and you thought it would work, but it doesn't. So there's a lot of reasons, and if you're not willing to step back and look and see why, it's probably one of those reasons. And a lot of times I would say it's that you don't understand the niche you're throwing things into. You're just putting stuff out there, crossing your fingers, and hoping it sells. And then you wonder why it doesn't. That's not really all that beneficial to you or a good use of your time. So I just want to make a quick video and say, guys, if you want to make sure that you have a low content business that works, be willing to put stuff out there, learn something, try, put it out there, and then think about why it doesn't work. Does it maybe not have good keywords? Does it not have, the best cover? And then pick an item, pick 1 or 2 items, and then fix that. Learn about that. Do some research and ideas into that, and then go and learn the next thing. Put some more books out there. Learn something. So it's kind of a learn and grow process. You do not need to know everything to start, but you do need to be willing to take a chance, throw something out there, and say, okay, it worked or it didn't work. All right, that's cool. What can I do better? What can I learn better? And don't expect people on, I love Facebook and forums and people ask these questions, but it just shows that you're not willing to put in some effort to learn, because everyone kind of tells you it's probably your keywords, it's probably your cover design, it's probably you don't understand the niche. And so we who have done this a while, we have like intuition because we've put stuff out there, we've tried it, and we tried to learn from our mistakes. I can't give you that knowledge, give you that intuition, but I can say that you need to do some testing. It's a testing thing. You put stuff out there, you find out what works for you, what styles are maybe your styles, or what interiors are your interiors, or your group or your people is your people. And you've got to put effort into it and incrementally get better. Don't expect to go from A to Z or 1 to 1,000 that quickly. It is an incremental get better process. And I think anyone can do this business. They just have to be willing to do the work, learn, and incrementally learn, continually learn. I'm still learning all the time. So don't think it's just, you need to learn. We all need to learn. I'm always trying to learn something new and trying to try new ideas, try new things. And that's what I want to encourage you to do. So treat it like the business it is. business people take statistics, they look at their balance sheet, they look at what they're doing, what is working, what isn't working, and then continually try and improve. And that's the way to go about this. So I hope this was helpful, and it's at 10 minutes, so I want to get off my soapbox and let you all have a happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. And I will see you live next Wednesday at noon Eastern. Thanks so much. Bye.